Hello guys, hello guys, hello guys, and welcome to another one of my Soda Dungeon videos. So just as in the video about my quick jump through of Dimension 5, I am going to be using the Dinner Boy, the Fork and the Bib. And this was a recommendation by Vinicius Sales, and I am including the comment here because 1, thank you, and because 2, it has a link to the Reddit where you can find crazy cool information about this game. I was looking for like a really cool way to say this, but the game devs are here doing like live streams, offering information about the game, sharing information about upcoming changes. So this is not just a cool, crazy and addicting game. This is a game with a development team that's there, crushing it, answering questions, telling you guys what's gonna be happening with the game. Complete transparency. Amazing stuff, really. So that's really like double thumbs up for this game. And yeah, so thanks once again to Vinicius Sales, and massive kudos to the game development team, because yeah, you guys absolutely rock. Just keep doing what you're doing. So reached Dimension 6 and doing the same thing. Made like a complete description of it in the last video, but you set the auto equip to never, and then what happens if you have a kitchen upgraded to level 7 or more is that the soda junkies that sit by the tables here can be dinner boys, and if they are dinner boys, they will come equipped with a fork and a bib, and those are crazy strong weapons and armor compared to starting out the game. They can pretty much take you throughout the entire game all the way to the warrior dimension if you so desire. My recommendation is don't do it. It gets harder, like a lot harder. I will get more into that once I share my gameplay videos of the Warriors Dimension, because you cannot grind there as you can in all the other levels. Once you have, I think it's called 1010 or something like that, as a boss in the game, you can no longer auto grind the game as efficiently as you can here. So just showing you guys, I'm going to about level 250 with these dinner boys with their bibs and forks, and I'm doing that to get just a little extra gear, and because I need the money so that I can pop in the healer, the knight, stuff like that. It takes no time, it's just, you know, auto grind, raking in a little bit of something, and then I go make a team and try to take out the boss. That does not mean it is going to work, but it is a possibility, and I do like testing out just how fast I can trailblaze towards the boss and take it out, now that I'm just going towards the warrior dimension. The way I have upgraded my relics in this game is that I've been focusing on survivability and on income, meaning that I do not have additional attack stuff. I have health, I have money. That's where my focus area has been. But I kind of figured out in Dimension 3-4 that I just wanted to scoop to the end and enjoy that part of the gaming, and that is why I'm now, instead of staying for a month in Dimension 3 and just going crazy pants with health and money, I figured let's just go crazy pants to the warrior dimension and crush it there instead. So this is the team. I do not know what kind of a boss I'm up against. As you can see, I forgot to equip stuff because it had that never thing on, but I don't know what kind of bosses I'm gonna be facing here, so I'm including a merchant in case I need to half the hit points. I have a healer, I have a rogue, I have a little bit of everything, just so that I have a chance at dealing with, I hope, almost everything I see, in like, unless it's something crazy pants. And I don't know at this point what I'm gonna be facing, so I'm just taking this like rogue-like team, going up there to see, is this something I need to grind additional equipment for? Is this something I need like a specific group of characters in order to be able to deal with? So as you can see, they're not that strong. Comes down to the fact that I have crazy amounts of health and not really that much equipment. So So yeah, making another team setup. And the reason for this is that I really didn't feel that I was dealing enough damage with the group that I had. So I'm just going in here and choosing the forks instead of the existing weapons. All else equal, the 15 damage on the forks doesn't really seem that interesting, not even when it crits for additional damage, but you do need to add like the default game damage on top the character damage, so it does add up to a lot more than that. And that is what makes them crazy. It's not really the 15 attack points, but it was pretty much same old here, and that is, of course, like I said, because I haven't been focusing on any kind of attack, any kind of bonus. It has been complete survivability and grinding, so staying alive for a long time. And I mean, that's cool enough, but in terms of reaching the bosses, it can be a bit of a grind. But then again, I rarely lose, so yeah. So sneaky pants sleepers, get out of my way so that I can take out the boss pants. It's pretty amazing to see a dark mage hit somebody with a fork. It's now that I have on my iPhone reached the warrior dimension, and I'm grinding at, right now I'm at level 3899. Yes, I am actually. Just hit the boss now. Not sure if you guys can see. Yeah, I think you can see it. So that's the boss, and it's really all. I have a group of dark mages and I have a knight, and they're just crushing it. The dark mage, as I was also told by Vinicius Sales, is like the killer in the end game, but not until the end game, because you get the class relic that gives it a new ability, and that is a single blast that deals crazy damage to one opponent, meaning that the dark mage goes from being like a control, confusing kind of class for area to a demolisher, like Crazy Pants Demolisher, which is like a major change in the game, because it completely affects the way that you want to play the game, and you have no chance at knowing it before you get this ability, unless of course you have been watching videos or reading about the game, or you know somebody that plays it. So I'm pretty happy that I didn't spec like crazy towards adding a lot of points to the other classes, because let's face it, pretty useless, at least in this version of the game. So yeah, but scooping towards the boss once again here, doing the slow grind with my almost no damage, but it's okay. It's normally I wouldn't really bother with this. I would scoop down to the 300 level, grind my sleepy burny weapon, go to the 400 level, grind my Midas plate, go for a farming streak, and then come back once I was done and I had good equipment. But I kind of went from Dimension 3 to the Warriors Dimension in one go, and I'm just adding my commentaries for the process a bit later and sharing them bit by bit in case people want to check out the different boss fights, stuff like that. So, almost there. Almost there. Nice place to get one of these. Just skip a single battle. So there we have the area, Dark Mage stuff. Note on the Knight. I was very curious about finding out what he would get as his second ability. I was actually expecting some kind of shielding, healing, or single attack, but it was another area attack. So the game really shifts in the late game from low area damage to high single and high area damage. Some of the classes are pretty silly, like the healer. Their complete group heal is close to useless. The amount it heals is just nothing, and it never uses it on auto attack either. So some things in the game that I may not have found out how to use in the best way yet, but I guess when you're grinding level 3930 you really shouldn't be complaining, because that's in all golden gear really. So anyway, finally reached the level 600 boss, and no idea what it was. Binary. What I said earlier was not a challenge. He didn't talk to me earlier. It was meant to save your life, which is pretty nice. Did you let your emotions get the best of you? Yes, I always do. So we're just gonna be hacking and slashing this dude. So he has 12,000 hit points to start with. And unless he has healing, because we did actually see that in one of the previous battles, it's gonna be pretty easy pants. No idea what kind of abilities he's gonna be throwing at me, but I have to say double hitting with a merchant. Even though I'm dealing this low damage, I'm not really afraid of him. Boom. 3 times in. Dead Binary. Bit Shift is his ability. It deals a decent amount of damage to every party member. But nothing, I think, is a problem for anybody that is playing in Dimension 6, really. It was a bit of a... Like, what? Was that it, really? We just had the healer, we had somebody you needed to heal in order to get to the next dimension. Now we just have a tank and spank robot that deals a little area. So, yeah, I was expecting a bit more, but anyway, that was the boss in Dimension 6. The cold and calculated blah blah blah, you're an unstoppable force. Yes, I am. Onward. Yes, please. So just converting... Oh, I forgot to convert my money to essence. Well, I didn't really have much, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But this matters, and this is the part of the game I like the most. It is the space travel, it's the new relics. I did select the last remaining relic when I scooped to Dimension 6. So I was very curious at this point about what's gonna happen. I selected the last one. Will I get a refreshment? Right on time. By the way, I hope you aren't placing too much value in what I have to say. My guesses are as good as yours, really. Well, maybe a little bit better. Believe it or not, I created all of what you currently see and experience, but that was a long time ago. And I'd be lying if I said I'd kept tabs on everything like I should. But anyway... Oh yeah, now we get the goodies. 3% boost to magic attacks. Crazy! 2% crit damage. Insane. And 1% evade. Also completely silly. Being the survival grinding type, I selected the evade, fearing that it might be another relic that had a level cap. I figured it's probably gonna be... So we get the healer here, healer token relic with the new ability. I was hoping this would be another level 25 cap relic. I was hoping it wouldn't be, but I was expecting it to be a level 25 cap relic, so yeah, it wasn't. It's 15, so that was really a bad pick. I would save that for last if I were to redo things, because getting 15% is just like, what? I don't care, I could have gotten so much crazy damage, and now I got this instead. But anyway, guys, that was moving through Dimension 6 to Dimension 7, and just gonna be adding in this stuff here from Vinicius Sales once again with the Reddit, so you guys can find a lot of crazy cool information about the game, also about the coming holiday update for the game with like Christmas equipment and stuff like that. A lot of cool things going on in there, so I definitely recommend you guys check it out. Anyway, guys, that was it from here. As always, thank you very much for watching.